Hi, I'm Ankit Rambabu, and I'm the founder and the CEO of Limitless Energy. I'm so happy to be able to speak to you today, and I believe that this video will help you understand more about our company and what we do and our purpose behind this. Because we started this venture not necessarily to make money, but especially because we are environmentalists and we want to make sure that our fuel is not polluting the environment. And when I first heard of biofuels, it intrigued me. And because of that very reason, I continue to dive deeper into biofuels. And we came up with this entire process line of from creating our fuel to giving a final delivery to our end customers and into our fuel stations. So join us on this journey as we take Limitless Energy to the next level, as we are focused on bettering the environment in every single way possible. Today, we're talking to you in the hopes of building a relationship that will last a very long time. And at Limitless Energy, we are very dedicated to giving you the best quality fuel for your engines, for your vehicles, and for your generators. Because I see diesel as one of the most important fuels in this country. Because more than petroleum, diesel products are what are used in everyday vehicles, in taxis, in trucks, in generators. It's such a versatile fuel that is used today. And at Limitless Energy, we are dedicated to making sure that every time a batch of fuel is dispatched from our refineries, we make sure it is tried, it is tested in our labs, and made sure that it is the top-notch quality to make sure that all your fuel is completely in perfect condition when it finally touches your engine. As we were talking about our quality checks on our fuel and about our refinement process, I want to quickly show you a video of how it actually happens and how it comes together. Because I believe seeing is believing, and I believe as you watch this video, you'll understand our true dedication that we have is towards giving you the best fuel and the best quality of biodiesel possible. Biodiesel actually has a lot of stigma behind it because of the bad quality fuel that has sometimes been given to different kinds of businesses. And they've suffered a lot of loss because of the bad fuel and the bad quality of fuel, especially because of the hardening of the fuel. And that's been the biggest problem with biofuels because it comes from a multiple feedstock. Sometimes we use animal fat, sometimes we use used cooking oil, and sometimes we use palm stern. So we use different feedstocks to create fuel. But here's the thing, a lot of biofuels end up hardening at a certain temperature. But we at Limitless Energy are committed to making sure that our fuel stays consistent and our viscosity stays at a perfect level to make sure that our fuel every single time is delivering the best for your engines and for the equipment that you're planning to use for your fuel. It's tried, it is tested, then the fuel is left for a couple of days, a small batch is left for a couple of days to make sure in no way is the fuel hardening at any lower temperature whatsoever. So because of that very reason, you don't have to be worried about what will happen in the cold weather, if something will go wrong with your engines, nothing. We make sure that our fuel is always the best every time it reaches you. So here's a quick video of our refinement process and how we bring this whole fuel together before it comes and gets into your engines or your machinery.
So this plant is designed to make oils with low FFAs to Indian standards. What we are building up slowly is to do biodiesel from multi-feedstock to European standards. So you can expect one of the best qualities that anyone can look to produce in the Indian market. We own the process lines there. It's all designed, developed in-house. The process lines are going to get patented, and we made it probably to suit the Indian market so well that it's a user-friendly processor that we're getting into, and it's not a black box where you feed in the raw material and you have a biodiesel coming out outside and not knowing what's happening on the inside. So we have designed the plant for the operator to understand the raw material, to treat the raw material the way it has to be treated, so that you get a proper EN standard, the European standard fuel, which is of great demand in the European nations.
Yeah, and because currently that is not happening.
That's not happening.
Everybody else currently is doing like the BIS standard grade of fuel, and that's actually a big hindrance because they're unable to put it into the bigger cars like Mercedes, BMWs, and all those other cars. But here's what's going to happen. So we're going to start off here, and then what we're going to plan to do is start exporting the diesel out to Europe and different countries as well, because there's a huge demand. Because I don't believe that electrical vehicles are going to take over the entire thing.
Oh,
so I believe the future is actually renewable fuels. That's where I believe the future is. So this is one of the things we're going to be adding. Then we're going to be adding the plastic to fuel thing. That's going to be another thing that's going to be coming together. So it's in the future is in the renewable fuels, and when that happens, it's going to take over the entire market.
That's the fuel flowing directly from the reactors and the tanks into this container.
Well, it's so important to understand that the refinement process is just one part of the entire thing. But how do we get it from point A to point B? Well, we have a whole fleet of trucks that are available consistently throughout the month to make sure that we meet every single fuel need of yours. Because our trucks are ready to travel anywhere within South India and even some parts of Maharashtra. So we're ready for you, and we're ready to make sure that our fuel is consistently delivered on time without any logistical issues, because we have a whole team making sure that our quality is the best from point A to point Z by the time it reaches you at your location. It's so important that every business makes money in some way or the other. Of course, I'm sure you have your own business to run, but let me tell you this, our fuel actually gives you an opportunity to make money off our fuel. So the way we work is very simple, that biodiesel is the only fuel in the entire nation that has a GST write-off. So when you buy fuel from us, there is GST applicable at our total cost. So what happens is when you buy it, you can always cancel out that GST from your GST accounts, which is a huge saving for large companies that buy fuel in large quantities. So imagine over a period of 1 year, how much money you save. And the amount applicable to this fuel is 12% GST is what you save on every single liter you buy. So throughout the year, calculate your savings and find out how much you save when you work with Limitless Energy. This is a very important question that has been put across to me multiple times as I started this new venture. And the best part about biodiesel is, yes, it can be used in any normal diesel vehicle or diesel engine or diesel equipment. And the reason behind that, because biodiesel is not very different from the normal fossil fuel that you actually buy at a normal gas station. But let me tell you this is what I love about this diesel. The carbon emissions on this diesel are 30% lower than normal fuel, which is basically helping the environment. The only thing that you have to understand about this fuel is that the government recommends that you blend your fuel with high-speed diesel. So the way it works is very simple. You can use what we call B80. That means 80% biodiesel and 20% high-speed diesel. And why is this the case, you might ask me? Well, it's actually quite simple. The reason we actually do this is because biofuel, the flash point is actually much lower than the normal fuel. So what will happen is sometimes when you use biofuel at B100, that means pure 100% biodiesel, is sometimes when you start your engine in the morning, it might take a little longer to start up than normal diesel, and the pickup might not be as great as normal diesel. So that's why we actually recommend blending your fuel at least 20% high-speed diesel and 80% biofuels. And some companies that work with us already do 50-50. They do 50% biodiesel and 50% high-speed diesel. And overall, the GST savings is huge on this. So that's why this actually is a great idea to make sure you blend your fuels so you have a great pickup rate and you have, a good start time on your engines. So that's why we actually recommend people blend the fuel. But other than that, yes, you can use it in your normal diesel vehicles. Now, over 5,000 kilometers after using it in your particular engine, especially when it comes to trucks and all these big heavy machinery vehicles. Now, normal generators and all these machinery, they don't require any kind of change. But with these particular vehicles, we recommend that after the first 5,000 kilometers, that the engine filter needs to be changed. Why, you might ask me? For a simple reason, because the biodiesel is actually so good that it actually cleans up your engines while you use it. So which means the grime and the dirt that is actually in your engine for a very long time starts getting cleaned up with the biodiesel, and it ends up getting into your filters. So after the first 5,000 kilometers, we ask you to actually change your filters so that your engine will run at a cleaner pace and will be cleaner throughout the usage in the future. So the biodiesel is actually a much cleaner fuel to use in your vehicle, which will also give you more longevity, especially even in your engines, because biodiesel has a better viscosity than the normal diesel does. So as you use biofuels, you would never go back to the normal ones because it's actually better for your engine. And right now, as I've answered most of the frequently asked questions, at this point, I would like to show you all our fuel specification for all the nerds out there who are watching this video. We at Limitless Energy are striving for a better planet and a better future, not just for us, but for generations to come. We hope that you would partner with us to make this environment and this world a better place, because we want to make sure that our air that we breathe is the best quality air that we can. Because currently, as you know, there's so much going on, especially in climate change and global warming. But we want to make sure that our future generations don't need to have children who are born with lung diseases or with any kind of asthma or any kind of disease that is caused by pollution. We want to make sure this is a better planet for all of us. So please partner with us on this journey as we change this world for the better. Thank you for paying attention to this video and giving us your time. Our staff will be standing by to answer any of the questions related to our fuel or to our logistics or refinement process or anything else that you might have a question about. If you're watching us today on our website, then our numbers are available on the contact page. You can contact us and our staff will be willing to answer every question that you have about us. Thank you for choosing to partner with us. We hope to make this planet a better place together.